Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly. Oh, hello. Just tidying up.
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim. Bryling's obsession with honor and tradition is quaint, but politically irrelevant.
Sabille Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
I understand what's best for Solitude, and Jarl Elisif knows it. Meleron usually...
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
You should see me when you get bored, stranger. Ah, I see. Good. Can't have the buyer getting impatient and looking elsewhere for this, can we? Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose I need to pay you something for the goods. Not at all. I consider it an investment in prolonging my life. As far as Golden Glow Estate goes, I'll tell you what I know. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face and said all I had to do was pay Arangoth for the estate. I brought in the coin and walked away with her copy of the deed. Not at all. I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry, and it was being directed at Mercer Frey. In this business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry. Look, that's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
Damn you! Ah!
Someone there? Hello? Who's there?
There's no need to do anything rash. This isn't as bad as it seems. I was gonna tell Mercer about everything, honestly. Please, he'll have me killed. All right. It's Carlia. Her name is Carlia. Mercer never told you about her? Carlia is the thief responsible for murdering the previous guildmaster, Gallus. Now she's after Mercer. Help? No. Look, I didn't even know it was her until after she contacted me. Please, you have to believe me. I don't know. When I asked her where she was going, she just muttered, where the end began. Here, take the Golden Glow estate deed as proof. And when you speak to Mercer, tell him I'm worth more to him alive.
Long life to you, Thane.
Light. The armored means light on your feet. Smart.
Yeah, you need something?
What did you need? Until next we meet, lad.
What's on your mind?
Did Gullamai give up any information on our... No, it can't be. I haven't heard that name in decades. This is grave news indeed. She's someone I hope to never cross paths with again. Karliah destroyed everything this guild stood for. She murdered my predecessor in cold blood and betrayed the guild. After we discovered what she'd done, we spent months trying to track her down, but she just vanished. Karliah and I were like partners. I went with her on every heist. We watched each other's backs. I know her techniques, her skills. If she kills me, there'll be no one left that could possibly catch her. If only we knew where she was. There's only one place that could be. The place where she murdered Gallus. A ruin called Snowvale Sanctum. We have to go out there before she disappears again. Yes, I'm going with you, and together we're going to kill her. Here's your payment for solitude. Prepare yourself and meet me at the ruins as soon as you can. We can't let her slip through our fingers.
What do you need?
Well, looks like you're fitting in well down here. I'm supposed to allow you to trade in one of your pieces of guild armor. So what will it be? Of course. Otherwise it wouldn't be much of a reward, now would it? Your new piece will enhance your skill beyond that of the original. Trust me. Are you sure? Once I exchange it for you, I'm not taking it back. Unless you... Okay, there you go.
Interest you in some marksman. Interest you in some marksman training.
No offense, but you're not
Yeah.
looking so good.
What's your problem?
You feeling ill?
Look, I don't really... Why do you care anyway? It's not like we're family. Look, you want to know about me? I'll tell you about the time I was a young girl, barely out of her teens. Didn't have a coin to spend between our entire family. Ate the same slop we fed our livestock. Oh, wait. How about the fact that our farm was attacked by bandits, and that they killed my entire... Here's the best part. They took me as a prize and violated me for a fortnight. Tossed me from bandit to bandit like...
Sorry? What was that?
It's fine.
Nothing.
Carrying around a weight like that, it hurts after a while. Over time, I managed to gain their confidence. Then one night I grabbed a knife, waited until they fell asleep, and cut their throats. I never returned to that pig farm, you know. So that's my sad story. What do you think?
Maybe you should head on home.
Maybe one day. Just not today.
Stupid lizard.
I hope we bump
said
into each other again.
more drink, or I'll have your head on a pike.
Suit yourself.
Back off. This action's all mine. Why should I bother? I've already... Oh, wait a second. Tell you what, I'll give you a share right now if you forget the whole thing. Now you're... Oh, if you see Shadra, remind him he still owes me that debt. I hope we bump into each other again.
It's no secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual, trying to hold the Dark Brother.
here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia is still inside. No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it. She won't be using it to escape. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the lead. Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Carlia is as sharp as a blade. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here. 25 years ago, I was standing outside these very same ruins. When I arrived, Gallus stepped from the shadow. Before I could even draw my blade, her second arrow found its mark in my chest. Carlia was a master marksman, and her greatest... I staggered away from the ruins and my vision began to blur. It's then that I realized the bitch had poisoned her arrows. The last thing I saw was Carlia dumping his body into an opening atop the ruins. To this day, I've regretted allowing her to escape, even if it meant I had died trying. I owed Gallus that. The guild was thrown into disarray. Sides quickly formed behind these men, and the Ratway became a blood... I saw what they did to Gallus. Fortunately, I persevered, and the other groups were either killed or they left. The infighting had taken months to subside, which gave her time to go into hiding. I spent thousands of septum and used every contact at my disposal. But it was as if she was a stubborn Dunmer. But she was also the best, bringing in... Gallus trusted her too much and let her get too... If you want to call it that, yes. Gallus would call her his little nightingale. Greed? One thing's certain, I intend to find out before she... I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house. If you see Carlia, don't hesitate. Kill her. They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. This one doesn't look too difficult. Quite simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks. All it takes is a bit of know-how and a lot of skill. That should do it. After you. Stench in here. This place smells of death. Be on your guard. Rat merely an annoyance. Hardly a shot. What was that? Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. Looks like Carlia reset all of the traps. What? What is it? So it begins. How disappointing. This shouldn't take long. There's two more of them ahead. Something's near. Your own epitaph. That wasn't a fight, it was an execution. Draugr, I'd say. Their death will be my triumph! That wasn't a fight, it was an execution. was a nimble minx. You're quite noisy for someone who claims to be a thief. Something's neat. Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. Shouldn't take long. We're on the right track. She's been through here as well. Door up ahead. Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors. How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Carlia already did away with it, we're on our own. Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Carlia's close, I'm certain of it. Now let's get moving. This better be important. Let's get going. I want her head on my mantle. Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Carlia. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Honningbrew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. It was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough. Otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as Nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Carlia. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence. But I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
How interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Carlia has provided me the means to be rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place. But do you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you. Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
Easy. Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling? No, I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. My original intention was to use that arrow on Mercer, but I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death. More than you'll ever realize. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive. Mercer must be brought before the Guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder. My purpose in using Snowvale Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside. I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before. Enther. Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course. It's the only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity. There were 3 of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves Guild in Riften. Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these as well. They may prove useful for your journey. Mercer lied to the guild, branded me a For 25 years I ran. Mercer doesn't need to die. He needs to feel the cold sting of fate as it... I can promise you, if it comes to that, and my back's to the wall, I won't hesitate. He was a scholar, a master thief, and a It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales, and we were very close. Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him. Remember, speak only to Anther. Trust no one else.
Yes, what is it? Can I help you with anything? Carlia, do you have Gallus's journal? A problem? Ah, this is just like Gallus. A dear friend, but always too clever for... He's written all of the text in the Falmer language. No. However, the court wizard of Markarth, Calselmo, may have the materials you... Word of warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy. Besides the fact that there are only a handful, I'm fairly certain he was planning some... Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details. Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be... In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves. Like the Altmer? Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled our own. The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the first... The Falmer retreated underground. This betrayal made them what they are now. Horrible, blind monstrosities. Yes, I suppose you're right. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. He was a dear friend of mine. And I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never for the thrill of... He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a... Ah, yes, quite an... I was about to show him the error of his ways when I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship? Calcelmo is stubborn as a mule. Be careful when you speak to him.
Long life to you, Thane.
Fancy yourself an alchemist. You're here to see the Jarl. No sudden moves. Understand?
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not
Whole
hiding
dwarven
anything.
city underneath
It's
the
closed
keep.
for a reason.
The Schuhen cell. Best steer clear if you don't want the steam.
Look, what are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. I told you I'm not hiring any more guards. You idiot! Do you even know who I am? I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. Then you were well informed. I'm calling it Calcelmo's Guide to the Falmer Tongue. Preposterous. That research represents you. You must be mad to think I'd allow anyone to see it before it's completed. While I appreciate being an admirer, I'm sure you can appreciate the need. I'm not certain how many scholars you're accustomed to dealing with, but I can assure you. Do you realize that at a snap, you best rethink this course of action, or you may find... Very well. Perhaps when my research is complete, I'll feel more comfortable discussing my findings with you.
Halt! The Dwemer Museum isn't open to anyone without the court wizard's permission. Because Calcelmo doesn't want anyone to go. You have a problem with that? Go talk to him. You'll find him in front of the ruins during the day, just down the tunnel.
The artifacts I've discovered in Nishuan's... Correct. It's a private place where I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. If you deal with Nimhi, I'll let you into both the excavation site... Enthusiasm. Good. Here's the key to the dig site. Yes, their history... They invented machines, and then, at a time we are still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole... To protect my research, for one. And the excavations into Nichuan are dangerous. Dwemer machines and traps still function, even after thousands of years.
Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale?
What a waste. There must be a dozen men up here.
Yeah, I'm one order of the off. Stop right there.
Intruder! Help!
What a day.
I'm Gore's assistant. I help him with the forge.
Wait. I know you.
The mages don't let us go into college. They said it's not
If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Back! I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask how you obtained this, so I simply won't. A rubbing, eh? Odd. I understand. Now, let me take a good look at this. Over here, please. This is intriguing, but highly disturbing. It appears that Gallus had suspicions about Mercer Frey's allegiance to the Guild for months. Gallus had begun to uncover what he calls an unduly lavish lifestyle replete with spending vast amounts of gold on personal pleasures.
Does the journal say where this wealth came from?
Yes, Gallus seems certain that Mercer had been removing funds from the Guild's treasury without anyone's knowledge.
Anything else, Enthir? Anything about the Nightingales?
Yes, here it is. The last few pages seem to describe the failure of the Nightingales, although it doesn't go into great detail. Gallus also repeatedly mentions his strong belief that Mercer desecrated something known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
Shadows preserve us. So it's true.
I'm not familiar with the Twilight Sepulchre. What is it? What's Mercer Frey done?
I'm sorry, Enthir. I can't say. All that matters is we deliver your translation to the Guild immediately. Farewell, Enthir. Words can't express.
It's all right, Carlia. You don't have to say a word. Listen, all I want is the truth to be revealed to the Guild. If trying to rid yourself of stolen goods becomes a burden and you find yourself in Winterhold, visit me at the college.
We must hasten to Riften before Mercer can do any more damage to the Guild. You've come this far. The Twilight Sepulchre is the temple to Nocturnal. It's what the Nightingales are sworn to protect with their lives. Everything that represents Nocturnal's influence is contained within the walls of the Sepulchre. Now it seems Mercer's broken his oath with Nocturnal and defiled the very thing he swore to protect. I felt the same way when Gallus first revealed these things to me. I think given time you'll understand what I mean. As a Nightingale, I've been sworn to secrecy regarding the Sepulchre. I know the Guild doesn't do much to foster faith, but I'm going to have to ask that you continue to trust me. I'll make for Riften and scout the situation, see if I can discover what Mercer's up to. When you're ready, meet me at the Ragged Flagon. In the meantime, I wanted you to have this. It belonged to Gallus, but given the circumstances, I think he'd approve. If the Guild isn't willing to listen to reason, you might have to.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
Visiting Riften? All are welcome at the Temple of Mara.
Glad you're here. I think some of these people are beginning to suspect who I am. Are you ready to face the Guild? Keep your eyes open. I'm not sure what to expect when we enter the cistern.
better have a damn good reason to be here with that murderer.
Please, lower your weapons so we can speak. I have proof that you've all been misled.
No tricks, Carlia, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Now what's this so-called proof you speak of?
I have Dallas's journal. I think you'll find its contents disturbing.
Let me see. No, it can't be. This can't be true. I've known Mercer too long.
It's true, Brynjolf. Every word. Mercer's been stealing from the Guild for years, right under your noses.
There's only one way to find out if what the lass says is true. Delvin, I'll need you to open the vault.
Wait just a blessed moment, Bryn. What's in that book? What did it say?
It says Mercer's been stealing from a vault for years. Gallus was looking into it before he was murdered.
How can Mercer open up a vault that needs 2 keys? It's impossible. Could he pick his way in?
That door has the best puzzle locks money can buy. There's no way it can be picked open.
You didn't need to pick the lock.
What's she on about?
Use your key on the vault, Delvin. We'll open it up and find out the truth.
I've used my key, but the vault's still locked up tighter than a drum. Now use yours.
By the 8. It's gone. Everything's gone. Get in here, all of you.
The gold, the jewels, it's all gone.
That son of a bitch. I'll kill him.
Vex, put it away, right now. We can't afford to lose our heads. We need to calm down and focus.
Do what he says, Vex. This ain't helping right now.
Fine. We do it your way. For now.
Delvin, Vex, watch the flagon. If you see Mercer, come tell me right away.
Need some gold.
Before I help you track Mercer down, I need to know what you learned from Carlia. I mean, everything. What? Nightingales? But was there anything else she told you? I feared that was the case. Anything else? Trying to make Mercer look bad in front of Maven, eh? Clever lass. Was there anything else? Then I have an important task for you. I need you to break into Mercer's home and search for anything that could tell us where he's gone. Aye. A gift from the Blackbriars after they kicked the previous family out. He never stays there, just pays for the upkeep on it. Hired some lout by the name of... Be careful, lad. This is the last place in Skyrim I'd ever want to send you. Just find a way in, get the information and leave. And you have permission to kill anyone that stands in your way. Good question. How about if you can get past his trained watchdog? I think your best bet might be the ramp to the second-floor balcony in his backyard. No, it's some sort... I'd wager a well-placed shot at the ramp's mechanism would lower it in a hurry. Huh, that'd be Vault. Mercer's holding something up. Talk to Vex. She used to know him very well, if you catch my meaning. Better question would be, Mercer took everything, even all of our... Before Mercer took over, Gallus started... Museums, keeps, estates, you name it. By the time... I don't have a clue. Without 2 keys, it's impossible to open. I have a key, Delvin has a key, and Mercer has a key. That's it. There are no other copies.
I'm relieved Brynjolf has an open mind, or that could have gotten bloody.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh?
If I see Frey, I'll pluck his eyes from his skull with my... That pig. Oh, I have Vald. The only thing Vald understands is gold. Sure, but he'll ask for a whole lot. I mean, your best bet would be to erase his debt with Maven Blackbird. Of course, you could just run him through and take what you need off his corpse. I could care less. While you're in there, help yourself to anything in Frey's manor. I would.
I dare Mercer to come back here. I dare... I dare Mercer to come back here. He sets one foot in the cistern and I'll cut it off.
Thought I heard something.
Down, the orc did frown and bid the elf good. stabbed in the back. It's like a dog rumbled all over again.
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be... Agreed. He's taken everything the guild has left, and I've spoken to Carlia and made amends for how the guild's treated her. Quickly, we have no time to lose.
All right. I have everything you asked for.
Hope this deal goes through. Putting quite a bit of coin on the line, and the last...
I promise you, all your questions will be answered. You just have to trust me.
I swear.
Just better hope this one...
Not now, lad. Carlia said it was important.
I promise you, all your questions. Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
Need something?
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
And it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
So, Thren, you were abandoned.
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want?
No more! I yield!
You must take the lexicon. Free me of my burden. You must take the lexicon. Free me of my burden. The memories, I cannot... You must take the lexicon from me. Please! You must bring it to Umbanjinzel in the west. Return it to them. It must go back. I could have left it behind. I could have put it back where it came from.
I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingale. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. Gallus. The Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed us by slaying Gallus indirectly. The Trinity is usually selected from the ranks of the Guild, although it's a...
Come, taste darkness's embrace.
This way, please.
Enough of this! What are these dragons?
It's just ahead. Please, keep following. It's just ahead. Please, keep following.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the Guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the Guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business. It's just ahead. Please, keep following. This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath. You appear hesitant to don your Nightingale armor. What's troubling you?
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this show on the road.
You appear ready for the oath.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
You appear ready for the oath. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in town. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. She influences our luck, and in return, you're closer to understand. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense, whether you know it or not. Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influence. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. Does she exact payment when we die? The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. Proceed down the hall to the gate when you're ready.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step to becoming a nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal? Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle. We'll speak when the oath is complete. I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the Guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless. I'm afraid that's impossible. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade. Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner. Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss.
I suggest you talk to Carlia first.
Listen to him.
She has some news. Listen, lad. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the Guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead, never desired it, never cared for it, don't want it. Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental. Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our... Until then, we have quite... I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lad. This will be a fight to remember. Aye, and some of what Carlia's... Mercer may have damaged our reputation and raided our... Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him. Looks like the joke's on us. If you would have asked me that yesterday... Look, call me crazy if you like. Besides, I'd rather die with some of Mercer's blood on my blade than spend the rest of my life regretting that I ran the other way.
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late. Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late. We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
I just assumed die before I'd let Mercer get those gems.
Wait a moment. What's that? It's Mercer. Look, down there.
I'm on it, lass.
Damn it, there's no way through.
Just as I was getting warmed up.
Promise a swift but painful end.
Darkness consume you!
I live another day.
Look at that monstrosity.
No mercy for the weak. Mercy for the weak.
What was that?
That's why I'm the best.
I just assumed die before I'd let Mercer get those gems. The stench. This place really...
Wait, I hear something. What was that?
Guide my hand!
Even the farmer don't deserve the pain these implements must have inflicted. The dwarves were a cruel race. There's a mass of the farmer in this chamber. We can sneak through or take them down. I don't care.
The burden of death approaches! Stop this!
Come
He's
on.
here.
Show me you've got
He
what it
hasn't
takes.
seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's getting by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade. What's Carlia been filling your head with? Tales of thieves with honor? Oaths rife with falsehoods and broken promises? Nocturnal doesn't care about you, the key, or anything having to do with the Guild. Then it appears the shadows shroud more than your presence. They blind your wisdom as well. Our actions have always been one and the same. Both of us lie, cheat, and steal to further our own end. It's clear you'll never see the skeleton key as I do, as an instrument of limitless wealth. Instead, you've chosen to fall over your own foolish code. Then the die is cast, and once again my blade will taste Nightingale blood. So it begins.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Damn you, Mercer. Fight it, Brunel. He's taken control of you.
I'm sorry, lass.
Like
coming down. Quick! Get the skeleton key and the eye and let's get out of here.
No luck there, lass. Something must have fallen on the other side of the door because it isn't moving.
We have to find another way out of here before the place fills with water.
Let's get out.
This place is coming down. Let's get out of here. This place is coming down. Let's get out of here.
Sorry, lad. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
I can't believe it's over. 25 years in exile, and just like that, it's done. All that remains is to ensure the safe return of the skeleton key. I'm afraid it's not that simple. When the skeleton key was stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre, the only way to bring it back will be through the Pilgrim's Path. It wasn't created for the Nightingales. It was created as a consequence. I have known Brynjolf is needed back at the Thieves Guild, and I can't bear to face Nocturnal love. I'm afraid you'll have to face the end of your journey alone. Take this with you. I'm not certain if it will help within the walls of the Sepulchre. I've had this bow almost my entire life, and it's never let me down. I hope it brings you the same luck. The Agent of Stealth is the master of remaining on moonlit nights or in darkened rooms. This agent literally becomes the agent of subterfuge. By weaving the darkness to their will, this agent can manipulate the conduit to Nocturnal, the Twilight Sepulchre. It's through this conduit that we're given Nocturnal's greatest gift. This agent of strife can send forth a tendril of... At the same time, this tether will bolster the agent's own life. Even though Nocturnal doesn't desire worship in the tradition, of course, they never come into direct contact. As part of their duties, the priests created all sorts of... These priests weren't a threat to the Skeleton Key. One of their ceremonies involved the pilgrims. If a pilgrim was able to complete the path, it was said that they would live forever in Twilight. What that means is anyone's guess.
Sorry, lad. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.